Death, taxes, and the Raptors looking bad against the Celtics. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Raps Report, a podcast where I talk about the Raptors and the NBA. I'm your host, Luca Rosano. And the Raptors lose again. The Raptors lose again, 126-114. But the way this game felt, this final score line does not do the game any justice. This was basically a blowout throughout. And if it wasn't for the Raptors going on a run in garbage time, the Celtics could have probably 30-pieced the Raptors with the way things were going. Before we talk about tonight's game, do me a solid favor, everyone. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Plus, ring that bell. We're super close to 19K. Help me feel better about this loss. Subscribe to the channel. Join Raptors Nation, Rosano Nation. I promise you, for as bad as things are right now, I will keep on pumping out the great content for all of you. Leave your comments down below. Follow me on social media. That's Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And if you can, consider becoming a channel member today to join the other great channel members. Your support is greatly appreciated. So, guys, the Raptors are 1-5. And before we talk about the game, I just want to start with this tweet from Ryan Woolstat. And it's just to show you how the Raptors have finished seasons when they have gotten off to a bad start. So here is the graphic. The Raptors' worst start to a season back in 06-07. The Raptors did start 2-8, and they did finish that season with 47 wins. So you're saying there's a chance. You're saying there's a chance, Luca, that despite this 1-5 start and despite the Raptors looking pretty damn bad right now, there's a chance that they could turn it around. Yes, there is a chance, but this team needs to play a whole lot better, and I feel like that's just been the theme of these first couple of games. You look at the Raptors tonight, guys. That first quarter, they played well. They were +9 against the Celtics, beating them in that quarter, 32-23. Their defense played great, and then I don't know what happened in that second quarter, but I was there in my live stream, ready to throw in the damn towel. Like, what happened to the Raptors? Once again, their lack of an offense hurt them, and the Celtics exploded. The Celtics destroyed us in that quarter, and this is where the game was lost. The Celtics beat us in that quarter 38-14, and that included a 30-6 run during an 8-minute span. 30-6 run. The Raptors had no answers, kind of like how they haven't had answers when other teams have been able to generate runs to get back in games. Because let's call it for what it is, guys. The Raptors have had leads in all of their games. And this is crazy to note that last year, the Raptors won more than 40 games when they led by 10 or more points against a team. This season, when the Raptors have led by 10 or more, they are 1-5. I don't know what's going on, but this team cannot hold on to a lead for the life of them. And I think in this game, they laxed a little bit. They eased up, and the Celtics punched them right in the mouth in that second quarter. And of course, they were led by Jason Tatum. He was magnificent tonight, man. I don't care who you root for. When this guy is on, it's a thing of beauty. His shot was falling. His three ball was falling. 40 points from him. Jaylen Brown, he had 19. And then really, the Celtics bench was the story in this one. They outscored the Raptors bench 60-29. And I guarantee you guys, if you didn't know who Pritchard was coming into this game, you definitely know who the hell this guy is now. Peyton Pritchard, 23 points, 8 assists. The Williams were going off. Grant Williams finished his game with 14 points with a couple threes. Robert Williams had 11 points and 15 rebounds. This dude was just simply outpowering the Raptors inside. And Ojale had 12 points as well. You compare that to the Raptors' bench production, I mean, they had no bench production. What the hell happened tonight? Norman Powell, you were supposed to be that anchor who replaced Serge Ibaka's production. He has been nowhere where he needs to be. And it's nights like tonight where we hurt not having Serge Ibaka, who can come off the bench and change momentum with his offense and defense, and even Marc Gasol. Because you know why, guys? We don't have a damn center right now. We don't have a true center right now. And we all got hard on Marc Gasol. A lot of y'all wanted to see him gone. But we're missing Marc Gasol right now because at least he would provide solid defense if his offense wasn't there. Baines right now, he's a walking pylon. This dude missed 2 layups in the span of 1 minute to the point where Nick Nurse is like, you got to get on the bench. And Alex Len actually started in the second half because of how poorly Baines was playing. And I don't blame Alex Len. We can't expect much from Alex Len. This is a guy who's bounced around a ton. And even Baines, I expected him to do a lot better. You know, coming from that Spurs system, he too bounced around a little bit. But what we're seeing from him right now, it's not going to cut it. It ain't it right now. You can't have Aaron Baines as your starting center if he's going to continue to play like this. It was very tough to watch. Chris Boucher had an off game. He had 9 points. And then we actually saw Terrence Davis in this one. It was interesting because before the game, Nick Nurse had addressed questions around, you know, why he hasn't been playing Terrence Davis a whole ton or why he hasn't been playing, you know, Malachi Flynn, who actually did get minutes tonight. Yeah, it was crazy. Not clickbait. Malachi Flynn actually got minutes tonight other than garbage time. He got 60 minutes, but unfortunately, he didn't do much of anything. He scored squat. And also why he hasn't been playing Matt Thomas. And Nick Nurse basically said he wasn't impressed with Terrence Davis and Matt Thomas. He wants to see more from them defensively. Well, Terrence Davis got in the game because the Raptors desperately needed offense. He finished the game with 13 points, but had a couple of very bad turnovers near the end. And we didn't see Matt Thomas in this one, which I don't understand. Matt Thomas is pound for pound your best three-point shooter. The Raptors, when they were going through their scoring droughts, when this team could not hit a damn three, why not roll the dice and bring in Matt Thomas? No minutes tonight. And the Raptors actually started this game hot from downtown, 7 of 9. But then from then on out, it was all downhill. And the reason why the Raptors started off hot, and I don't know why it's taking me this long to talk about it, is Fred VanVleet. Thank you so much. If Fred VanVleet doesn't show up tonight, the Raptors probably get 30-pieced. If there's one bright spot, it's that Fred VanVleet is finally hitting his stride. And this is a guy who you can actually rely on. The problem is, the Raptors' strength are their numbers. When Fred VanVleet is the only guy producing, mixed in with Kyle Lowry, mixed in with Pascal Siakam, it's not going to be enough. The Raptors need a collective performance. They need multiple guys to get in on the scoring act. You can't bank on Fred VanVleet to be your savior. As much as we would like to have the guy, like a Jason Tatum, like a Brandon Ingram, spoiler alert, the Raptors don't have that guy. It's not VanVleet, it's not Siakam, it's not Lowry, it's not anybody. The Raptors don't have that top guy, which is why we're hurting, especially when we go through these droughts. But the Raptors need everybody to step up. So when one or two guys get in on the scoring act, you're going to have droughts. You're going to have problems offensively. And then that's going to translate into your defense not looking good. And there were points in this game where the Raptors defense looked sloppy, particularly in that second quarter, like a team had just given up. So Fred VanVleet, I mean, this guy continues to be the only bright spot offensively, the only consistency that we've had offensively. And you just hope we can get other guys to chip in more consistently. Kyle Lowry started off hot, cooled off, then came alive near the end. OG Anunoby, 10 points in 30 minutes when you play a good team like the Boston Celtics is not going to cut it. And then Pascal Siakam, let's talk about him. Because I know a lot of people, especially in the live stream, were like, Pascal Siakam, this is all his fault, guys. This is not just on Pascal Siakam. I think our expectations are too high on this guy. Let's face it, he's not a number one. I know he's getting paid number one money, but he's not a number one. For what he did tonight, he had his best game of the season. And the thing I liked about Siakam tonight was he did attack the basket and he did get to the line. And I hope we can see much more of that part of his game, that he doesn't just settle for jumpers or settle for threes. So 22 points, yeah, he was a little inefficient, but the fact that he didn't get too frustrated, he almost fouled out again, but he didn't. And the fact that he was able to get to the line, you hope that translates now into him having a good next game. And then speaking of which, the only area where the Raptors did better than the Celtics in was getting to the free throw line. But that being said, the Raptors left way too many points off the table as they went 29-38. You got to make your free throws, but at least the Raptors were able to get to the line. When the Raptors shot isn't falling, when their three-point shot isn't falling, they got to generate stuff to the basket. We saw Van Vliet do it. We saw Siakam do it. We saw Lowry do it. We need all of these guys to buy into that. If your three's not falling, try to get to the line, and then hopefully your three ball can open up from that point on. But I mean, the Celtics could do no wrong offensively tonight. I don't know what happened to the Raptors defense. Like I said, they started off hot, they started off strong, and then they just looked like they gave up. The Celtics were 40% from the field, 51% from three. They cannot do any wrong out there, especially when Jason Tatum went off. So right now, there's a lot of issues with this basketball team. Our offense isn't where it needs to be. Our defense isn't where it needs to be. We're not getting consistent production from guys you would like to see consistent production from. We don't have a center, a true center. We are getting out-rebounded, it seems, every night. We were getting outshot at the free throw line other than tonight. So a lot of things need to turn around for the Raptors season to turn around. And speaking of which, this team's 1-5, and they got a tough stretch of games coming up. They're going to be taking on a couple of good teams out west, and it's going to start with the Suns. Then they got a date against the Kings. Then they got the Warriors, where Steph Curry's starting to go off. And then they got the Blazers. So this 1-5 start could get even uglier if the Raptors don't start looking like the Raptors that they used to be. And a team that is at least going to come out with more energy, more fight, and play all 48 minutes. Please, that's all I'm looking for. I just want to see a full 48-minute performance from this team, because this team has put together good stretches, good runs, but they just fall apart, and then that's when it costs them the game. It's when they have that drought. So we will see. We will see if the Raptors can turn around this 1-5 start. Let me know what you thought of the game, guys. Let me know what you think of this 1-5 start. And chime in down below. Leave a comment, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, follow me on social media, and keep it locked and loaded on this channel for more NBA live streams. I'll be going live for the Raptors and Suns on Wednesday, and then following the game, as always, I will be doing a post-game podcast. That's it for me, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you all again in the next one. Until next time, be great and stay blessed. Peace.